Hi. So till now what we have seen is the applications of a diode in a rectification. Now in this today's class we will see some more applications of a diode in wave shaping the input signal. If suppose I want the signals to be something like this, how to get it? Now if you see the signals, it looks somewhat a sinusoidally varying signals. Now that's the hint to get these signals. Now if I take the sinusoidally varying AC signals and if I clip a certain part from the positive half cycle, what I'll get is exactly the same signal, which is a demand. Now if I clip the bottommost part of the negative half cycle, what I'll get exactly is the second signal, which is the demand. Now if you see this, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to clip the certain part from the positive and the negative cycle of this input AC signals. So the circuit that will help us in clipping these input AC signals are called as a clipper circuit. Or else you can also say that a clipper circuit prevents the output waveform from exceeding a certain value, and at the same time you will also find that it does not disturb the remaining part of the AC signals. So here again we have two different modes of getting the output from this clipper circuit. One, we have a parallel, and the other one is your series. Now in this today's class we just focus to the parallel clipper circuit. Now these are my AC signals that I'll be giving to my circuit, and the task is to clip this positive half cycle from this entire AC signals. Now to do this, what I can take, I am going to take the AC signals. Let this be my V in, that's the AC signals, and let RS be the series resistance, and this is connected to a diode D1. So let D1 be the diode D1. Okay, and we are interested in the V out. Okay, so V out we are going to measure across this diode D1. So let this be my positive, negative, and this is where I'm going to measure my V output. All right, so this is my P side of the diode and this is the N side. So now let's try to trace the output waveform for this circuit. So let's see the V out of this. So this is my V out. Let this be my O with the time T. So here let this be my T by 2. Let this be the time period T. Now let's consider the diode to be an ideal diode. So here the graph what I'm going to plot is for the ideal diode. So let this be the ideal diode case. So I'm considering the diode to be ideal. In that case I'm neglecting the 0.7, which is a barrier potential of this diode. Now for the first positive half cycle, okay, for the first positive half cycle, here the polarity is plus and minus. Now if you see this, plus is going to the P, negative to the N, that means the diode will conduct. So for the first positive half cycle you can say diode D1 is in on mode. When the diode D1 is in the on mode, the current will start flowing in this. The current direction will be like this. And this time we are considering this to be an ideal diode, so we can neglect the 0.7. And when you measure the V out across this diode, okay, it will act like a short circuit. All right, so this will act like you can say a closed circuit. Yes, so what you can do, you can just imagine a wire, it's been shorted something like this. Okay, and if you measure the V out, so the V out at this side it is going to be a 0, almost a flat line, and that is for this entire time period from 0 to T by 2. What you will see is that the output that you are going to get is just a flat line up till this T by 2. Now For the negative half cycle, what is going to happen? There's a change in the polarity. So the plus will become, this time it is going to become, plus will become negative, and the negative will turn to a positive. Alright, now if you see this, the diode this time, when it's in a negative half cycle, the diode, if you look at the polarity, negative is connected to the p side, plus to the n, the diode D1 will be in the reversed biased. So the diode D1 is in the off state, okay, or else you can consider this to be an open circuit. Alright, open circuit in the sense you can just imagine, this diode is when acting like an open circuit. So when it's an open circuit, there won't be any current flowing through this diode. So the V out, when you measure the V out over here, the entire input will be available at the V out. So in this region from T by 2T, okay, that is a negative half cycle. So you will find that, the output, follows the input. So the same cycle you will be getting at the V out. All right. So where this is my Vm, where this is my minus Vm. So this is the case for the ideal diode. Now if you see this output waveform that we have got, okay, I have clipped the positive half cycle, or else you can say I have deleted the positive half cycle of the input AC signals. So such circuit, we call it as a positive, we call such circuit as positive Clipper circuit. And if you note, the V out where we are going to measure is just, you can consider we are measuring across this diode, right, which is parallel, I can say. We are measuring this parallel output, okay, at this diode. So, or else we can also say this as positive parallel positive Clipper circuits, since we are measuring parallel output. Okay, so this is the case for the ideal diode. All right, now if I consider the diode to be of a real, okay, that is a real case of the diode, in that case the barrier potential VB is equal to 0.7 volt. All right, so now let's see the output, what will happen for the real case of the diode. So here I'm having my V out. So this is my V out 0. Again, this is at T by 2, and let this be the T, and this is the small t. Now I'm focusing on the real diode, okay, the real diode. So in that case, what you will find is that the barrier potential is 0.7 volt. Now if you go back to the first positive half cycle, the polarity here is plus and minus. Now if I want to make this diode into a forward bias, you see that you are giving the V in, okay, greater than this 0.7 volt, or else when the V in is greater than this 0.7 volt, so let this be my 0.7 volt. Once I can say for the real diode, so for the real case, so this is my real case, when V in is greater than 0.7 volt, then only the diode will conduct, then only the diode D1 will be in the on state. Now if you see this, for this part from 0 to 0.7, okay, the diode is still in the reversed bias mode. Yes, because there is no enough voltage available at the input side. So up till 0.7 volt, what you will see is that up till 0.7 volt, you will see that the output follows the input, okay, because the diode D1 is in a reversed biased. Now once this V in crosses this point, 0.7 volt, okay, for this section, what you will find is that a diode D1 is conducting. So when the diode D1 conducts, the output will be almost a flat line like this. Yes. And after this point again, there is a decrease in the Vin. So again the output follows the input. Whereas for the negative half cycle, the diode D1 will be always in the reverse biased. Okay. So again the output follows the input. And where here there will be no change for the negative half cycle. Okay, so this is minus Vm. Whereas you will find, if you compare this ideal case versus a real case, what you will find is that there is a small voltage available in the positive section, that is of 0.7 volts. Okay, that is for the real case of a diode. So that's the only small difference what you will see for the ideal and real. All right. Now we have done the clipping for the positive half cycle. Now let's see how we can clip the negative half cycle of the same AC signals. Now what to do that, what I can just do is that I'm going to make this diode connection upside down. Alright, so here again I'm going to take the same circuit. Let this be my some series resistance RS. So this is my Vin, again the same AC signals, and I'm going to give this to this time the diode, it will be just upside down if you compare it with the previous circuit. And the output again I'm going to measure across this diode. Okay, so here I'm going to measure plus, minus, and this is my V out. So let this be the P, and this is my diode D2 this time. So let me consider this is my diode D2. Now let's plot the output waveform. Again here I'm going to have so let this be my T. So I'm interested in the V out 0 T by 2, and let this be my time T. Now let's consider again the ideal diode case. So the graph that I'll be plotting is for the ideal diode, ideal case. Now for the first positive half cycle, what happens? So this is my plus, this is my negative. Plus is going to N, negative to P. That means the diode D2 is in a reversed bias mode. And when the diode D2 is in a reversed biased, that means what I can do, I can assume that this is being disconnected from the circuit, or else the diode D2 will be in an open circuit. Now when this is an open circuit, the output follows the input. All right, so at the V out, what I'll get is exactly the same positive half cycle. All right, so this is my Vm. Yes. Now for the negative half cycle, for this cycle from T by to T, what you will find, there is a change in the polarity. So this is negative, this is positive. Now if you see, negative is connected to the N side. Yeah. So the diode D2 will be now this time forward biased. And when it's in a forward biased, there will be a current flowing in this. Yeah. So when the current flows, the diode D2 will act like a short circuit or else a closed switch. In that case, if you measure the V out across this diode, the diode D2 will have a 0 volt, okay, for the ideal case. So the diode D2 will have a 0 voltage like this, and the cycle will go on repeating. Now again, if you see here, we have clipped the negative half cycle of the AC input signals. Now let's see the graph for the real case. So what should be the graph for the real case? So again, let this be my T. So this is my V out. So this is the 0, T by 2, and this is my at time T. So no problem for the positive half cycle again for the same real case. So this is my real case. There should not be any problem for the positive half cycle, because anyways the diode is going to be in the reverse bias mode. Plus minus, this is always be in the reverse bias. So there is no problem with this, and you will get the same Vm at this side. But when you come to the negative half cycle, in this case, negative and positive, negative and negative, Yeah, so that will be in the forward biased. All right, the diode will be in the forward biased. So to make this diode into the forward biased, I'm going to consider that barrier potential, which is VB is equal to 0.7 volt. It has to overcome that barrier potential. So till that time, that is for the negative section also, we are going to have a 0.7 volts, and that will be somewhere here. Okay, so up till this point, you will see that from T by 2, let me mark this as a point A. Let this be my A, B, C and D. Now from this T by 2 till this point C, you will see that the diode is still in the reverse bias mode. So in that case, what will happen? The output follows the input. So you will get up till that point, you will get the output. Whereas once it crosses this C region, that is in this region, okay, from C to D, the diode D2 will be always in the forward biased. So you will find the current flowing in that and you will get a flat line. And again, once again, if it decreases, then in that case, the output follows the input. So you will get like this, where this is just my 0.7 volt. So if you take it, this is my 0.7 volt. All right, so here also, this is my 0.7 volt. Now, if you see this again, there is just a difference of 0.7 volt if you compare with the real with the ideal. Now, such circuit, the one which clips the negative half cycle of the AC signals, we call it as a parallel. We call such circuit as parallel because we are measuring the output parallel to this diode. So, parallel negative clipper circuit. So now we have clipped the positive as well as the negative part of the AC signals. Now these are my same two different circuits that are used for positive and the negative clipping of these AC signals. Now this time the task is to clip a certain part from this positive half cycle and some certain part from the negative half cycle, and not the entire positive or else a negative half cycle. Or else we are going to have a control over this clipping for both the cycles of this AC signals. Now to do this, what I can do is that I'm going to bias this circuit with some external potential of V volts. Now here this is my diode, and I see that when I bias this circuit, the diode at the initial start should be in a reverse biased. Now this is my N side of the diode. So to make this diode into a reverse biased, I see that I connect a positive to the N side and this is my negative of carrying some V volts. Yeah. Now let's try to plot the output V out for this circuit. Now here, if you see this at the real case, now for the real case, what is the barrier potential? Now at the initial start only, this is the barrier potential. Diode D1 has got barrier potential of 0.7 volt. Now here we are giving some potential difference, that is reverse biasing that. That means the barrier potential will get increased by some V volts. This is for the real case. Whereas when I consider the ideal diode, ideal case, in that case I can neglect this 0.7 volt and I can say the barrier potential is equal to just the V volts. So now let's try to plot the graph for the ideal case. Okay, so here let me go. So here let's consider this is my V out with some time t. So this is the V out, and let this be at time t by 2 and let this be the capital T. All right. Now if you give the positive half cycle, okay, here the polarity will be plus and minus. So this is my plus and minus. Yeah. So if you see this plus is connected to the P side, that means there are some chances of getting this diode D1 into the forward biased, right? But when the V in is greater than this barrier potential, then only the diode D1 will be in a on state. So here let me choose, this is your V volts. So this is my V volts. All right. So you see that let me put a point over here. So let me consider this is A, this is my B, and let this the corresponding times T1 and T2. So if you see this region from 0 to T1, okay, that is from 0 to V volts, the input is varying. Okay, but you see that the V in is less than V volts. So the diode D1 will be what? Diode D1 will be in the off state. In that case, I can say that the diode here, this part will act like an open circuit. And when it is an open circuit, the output we are going to measure will be the same as the input. Alright, so here this is my 0, from 0 to T1, if you see, the output follows the input. Why? Because the diode D1 is in the reverse biased. So here, this will go, the output follows the input. Until what? Till the voltage V is available at this side. So this is output follows the input. Now after the V in crosses this V volts, okay, it will overcome this barrier potential, and in this shaded region I can say the diode D1 is in an on state, that is in a forward biased. That means a current will start flowing in this. Okay, so it will be in a closed switch and the current will start flowing in this direction. So that this time if you measure the V out, okay, so the V out will be a flat line. So till what time? Till the time of T2. Because after this point B there is a decrease in the voltage. So till the time T2, okay, you will see that it's a flat line up till the time T2. And after this point B, okay, till this point, okay, till T by 2, you will find the diode again goes back into the what? Open circuit. So it will be following the output follows the input. For this section, there will not be any current flowing in this. Okay, why? Because the diode D1, again you can say it's in an open circuit mode. So the output follows the input. Now when you go to the negative half cycle, okay, when the polarity will change, so this plus will become negative, negative will become plus. In that case, if you see P is already connected to the negative, that means you are making a more reverse biased for this junction. This is already in a reverse bias, you are making it more reverse bias. So still the diode D1 is in an off state. So again it's an open circuit and the output follows the input. So what you will get is, the output follows the input. That's exactly the same negative half cycle will be traced at this side. So this is my minus Vm. Now if you look at the circuit, the circuit we have managed to clip the some part of this positive half cycle. Okay, and this circuits, we call it as a positive, okay, or else clipper circuit, positive clipper circuit with a positive biasing voltage. You can say these are your clipper circuits with a positive biasing voltage. Now for the real case, this is a case for the ideal diode. Now in the case of a real case, what will be? There will be change. There will be then no change in the negative half cycle. Only thing you will find that the barrier potential is just a 0.7 volt extra. So that can be traced something like this. So here there will be a small change. This is for the real case. Everything remains the same. There will be a slight increment in the 0.1, 0.7 volt. This is for the real case of the diode. Alright, so we have managed to clip the positive part, some part of this cycle. Alright, and how we can change this clipping part? That is by selecting a proper suitable voltage over here. Now suppose the V in, what we are supplying is of 15 volts. Okay, let this be my V in is equal V max. Okay, V max is equal to 15 volts. Yeah, and here let the V that we are going to connect in the circuit, let this be my 10 volts. So let this be my V is equal to 10 volts. Now here this is going to V is equal to 10 volts. Now the anything above, when you do this battery connection of 10 volts. So anything about 10 volt will be chopped, okay, or else will be deleted. So V is equal to 10 volt will be deleted. So by choosing a suitable voltage, if you select a 5 volts over here, anything above this, okay, 5 volts, anything above this 5 volts will be deleted, okay. So you can select the clipping part depending based on this voltage. Now let's see how to clip, okay, a negative half cycle. Now here again we are having a same circuit. Now this is my diode P, okay, and PN. So I see that I connect a biasing voltage in a such a manner that this diode D2 is in a reversed bias. So I connect negative and positive like this, plus and minus, so having a some potential difference of V volts. Now let's trace the output waveform. Okay, let's trace the output waveform. So this is my T. So this is the V out. Let this be my 0. So again this is T1, T2, and this is my T by 2, T3, T4, and let this be my T. Alright, so for the first positive half cycle, okay, so here the polarity will be plus, minus. Plus is connected to the N side, that means it's in a reverse bias. At the initial start, this is reverse bias, plus in addition when you give a V input, also makes this diode D2 in a more reverse bias. So I can say that, you know, this will act like an open circuit, and whenever the circuit is open, I can say the output follows the input. So exactly the same input will be available at the output. So this is my VM. Yeah. Now for the negative half cycle, let the polarity get changed. So it will become negative and this will become positive. Yes, so this time the diode, there are some chances of conducting this diode D2. And what is the chance? If you see the barrier potential this time, this is of a V volts, right? So on the negative side of this, we are having a negative, let this be my V volt, okay? Now let me mark this as a point C and D. So let this be my C and D. So corresponding time, let this be my T3 and let this be my T4. Okay, so T3 and T4. So once it crosses the C point, then only the diode D2 will conduct. So diode D2 will be in the on state in this shaded region from C to D. Okay, so from T by 2 T3, the diode will act like a off state. So it will go in a continue to be in the open state. So till this point, till this V, you will find that the diode output follows the input. So the output follows the input. So the output follows the input. Okay, and after this shaded, in the shaded region, the diode starts conducting. When it starts conducting, you know, there will be a current flowing in this. There will be a current flowing in this, and the output what you are going to get a flat line. So here that's the flat line up till the T4. And once again, once it crosses this D region, okay, in that case the output follows again the input. So the diode back to the off state, and that will be seen over here. Now if you see this again, same like the same waveform like this, but here this time we have managed to clip, you know, the some part from the negative cycle. All right, and the same thing will applicable for the real case of a diode. There will be a small change in this, which is of 0.7 volt. This is for the real case of the diode. Now the such circuit, you know, which gives us a negative clipping, so we call such circuit as a clipper circuit. These are my clipper circuit. With this time I have negative biased with negative biasing voltage. All right, so based on the potential difference, okay, that you select, you know, you can clip any part from both the positive and the negative cycles of this AC signals. So that will depend upon the voltage V. Now we have seen two different circuits, okay, for the positive and the negative clipping. Now let's see a single circuit, you know, wherein we can clip both the positive as well as the negative half cycle of the AC signals instead of having two different circuits. Now let me take the AC signals. Okay, so here I'm having my AC signals V in, and let RS be the some series resistance. And now what I do is I'm going to, you can say I'm going to just combine the last previous two circuit over here. So here I'm having my diode like this. So this is a diode D1, and I'll take this time the two diodes, and the next diode I will be connecting it upside down. Okay, so here this is my diode D2, and I'll be connecting this diode to a biasing voltage in a such a way that both the diodes are in the reverse biased. Okay, so here this is the connection. Now I need to reverse bias this. So this is my P side, this is the N side. So for the N side, I'm going to connect the positive side of my potential difference. So this is plus, minus, and this is having some potential difference of V volts. So this is the connection for this. Same way, we are having a diode D2 with P and N. So I see that I can make this diode D2 reverse bias. So here negative and the positive. So this negative and this plus, and again having some potential difference of V2. Okay, so let this be my V1 and the other V2. So here, so this is the connection. All right. Now let's go with V1 is equal to V2. So I'll consider V1 is equal to V2 is equal to some V volts. Now if you see this at the initial start, okay, and the output I'm going to measure is at this side. So let this be my V output. So this is my V out. Okay, so if you see this, both the diodes and the biasing voltages, this diode D1 is already in the reverse biased. Diode D2 is also, it acts like a reverse bias, or else you can say the barrier potential of both the diode D1 and D2 has increased from 0.7 till by a V1 volts. Okay, now here V1, V2 is equal to V. So I can say for the real case, again it will be a 0.7 plus some V volts. Okay, and in the ideal case, it will be just a V volts. Now, if you see the working of this, okay, let's try to plot the graph, the output. So this is my V out. So let this be my time t. So this is my 0. So let this be my t by 2. Let this be the time t. All right. So again, let me go with the t1. This is my t2, t3, and t4. All right. So here for the first positive half cycle, if you go for the first positive half cycle. Now, if you see this, let's consider this first. Plus is connected to the P. That means for the first positive half cycle, I can say positive half cycle, there are some chances of D1 getting into the on mode. I'm saying it's a chances of D1 getting into the on state. Whereas if you see this plus is also connected to the N side. Whereas the diode D2 will be always in a reversed bias, or else I'll say it is an off state. Why? Plus is connected to the N. No doubt this is already in the reversed bias, and if you connect a positive polarity to this, you are going to make this diode D2 more reverse biased. All right, so only diode D1 can conduct it. All right, so here when this diode D1 will conduct, the V in increases the V1 voltage. All right, yes, in that case only. Now here for the first positive half cycle, okay, from 0 to T1, the diode D1 is also in a reverse bias because there is no enough voltage to break this barrier. So that means this will act like a open circuit. Yeah. Whereas the diode D2 for the entire positive half cycle is always reversed bias. That means this will also act like an open circuit. Now if you see both are acting like an open circuit, that means the V out will be equal to the V in. So what is that V in? up till this V volts, okay, you are going to get the V out. So the V out is exactly equal to the V in. Now in this region from A to B, okay, there is enough voltage so that the diode D1 conducts, right? So here, so this will be in a closed circuit and the current will start flowing in this circuit. And now if you see, this diode D2 part is already in a reversed bias. We have it's acting like an open circuit. Now when you measure the V out, is basically you're measuring across this point, right? So this point, let me name this as a point P, okay, and let this be the Q, PQ, R, and let this be the S. So you basically are measuring across the PQ. So what you will get is it's a conducting, diode is conducting. So you will see a flat line like this up till what point? Up till this point B, or else you can say up till T2. Now once again there is a decrease in the input. So you will see that, you know, there is a decrease in the input like this. Yeah, because once again when it crosses this point B, the diode D1 will again go into the reverse bias mode. Now what for the negative half cycle? So here we have seen the diode D1 for this region T2 till up till T by 2, it will act like an open switch. So the output follows the input. All right. Now for the negative half cycle, if you see this, for the negative half cycle, when the polarity will get changed, okay. So let me change the polarity. Here that's a negative and this is a positive. Now if you see this negative is connected to the P, that means I can say this time the diode D1 will be always in the reversed bias mode, whereas there are some chances of D2 getting conducting, that is in an on state. Yeah, because negative is connected to the N side, that means there are some chances of getting this diode D2 into the forward biased. Now when this can be in a forward bias, when you overcome this time this V2 voltage, right? So here this is my V voltage because I consider V1, V2 is equal to V, right? So once it crosses this point C, that is after T3, you will see that the diode has got enough voltage so that it can be in a forward biased. And during that time you will see that up till this T by 2 T3, the diode D2 is in a reverse bias. So what I can say, the output follows the input. So the output follows the input up till what point? Up till this T3. So here you will find the output follows the input. So let this be the V volts. Okay, so this be the V volts. And after, in this shaded region, the diode D2 will be conducting. It will conduct. So here that's the current flowing in this. So the current will start flowing in this, whereas this will be always in the reverse bias mode. So you will get a flat line at the output. You will get a flat line up till this point D. Now once again the decrease in the V in, so you will find the output follows the input and you will be getting a flat line like this. Alright, so this is the case for the ideal diode. Now here we have managed to clip the positive as well as a negative part of this entire AC signals with the help of a single circuit. So the circuit you can use it for clipping both the cycles. So that's all from this parallel clipper circuit. Now the next what we are going to see are your series clipper circuits.